Hello there. So you have an idea, you have a product for a software. Now, you must have heard of AI being used essentially everywhere. But how do you leverage it to the best extent in a way that your software is production ready, your scope is clear, and good engineering in general? This series will discuss that approach. But today, first of all, we need to understand that scope of a product is very important, and how you can use ChatGPT or any other AI product to finalize that using a specific format and make it ready for developers to work on. Let's begin. But first, we need an idea. Let's just ask ChatGPT for ideas. And just so it doesn't suggest anything which I am currently working on, let's check it out. So we have a lot of ideas here. I like meal shuffle, weekly menu from pantry constraints, but it would utilize generative AI in the backend. Actually, yes, let's go with meal shuffle. So the first step, once you have finalized an idea or whatever product, is to understand what you need out of it. Now, in this step, you will be tempted to just ask ChatGPT, but I want you to visualize what the product is in your mind and make your notes first to give it something from which it can then build structure out of it. So here's my notes on it. I'm assuming it will contain a list of several kinds of ingredients. It will have people would be a user. Let's just keep the terms proper here. User would be able to select ingredients and then ask for a recipe based on that. So naturally, we would need a list of ingredients and recipes from it. So we would need data structures for adding, let's just say maintaining. And there should be, we can add calories, that how much calorie is. That way, uh, it would also be beneficial for health tracking, etc. Ingredients would have calories and other nutritional information. Then we would of course have recipes. We need a structure for recipe as well to properly create them from the ingredients. Naturally, a recipe contains not only ingredients but also the steps to make them. We would be needing a way to properly. The term I'm looking for is, I think, quantify. Like, I want, rather than each recipe being a word salad of uh, a generative AI backend, I am thinking of a way to have a structure where, for example, if the step is, boil for 2 minutes or add salt. So add salt, boiling, and these things, these should be ready-made constants, which allows us to create a very structured backend, structured database for us. Let's just call it, I think structure is the right word, to structure the steps in recipes and actions taken. We could also have images, but I don't think it is important to the scope right now. And let's just keep it at this for now. We would ideally want, so there are two ways to create recipes from ingredients. One is obviously using Gen AI, and one would be to, painstakingly, we could convert existing recipes of other people, which is public information. It's not a good idea to steal such data. Hmm. We could convert that text recipe into this structure. We would need a way to use Gen AI LLMs to convert existing recipes into this structure. Let's also have a recipe maker, dashboard admin kind of thing, to use ingredients and existing uh, action items. Let's actually call it step items. Just giving you a term. Give me a second. Formalize these nodes. Identify missing gaps. Actually, just gaps. Identify gaps. And group the features. No, first let's just let the AI kind of fill in the gaps, and let's see what it has. Identify gaps and give me a complete picture. Let's see what's up. While it's looking at it, one thing I've noticed is often, especially with reasoning models, I'm using GPT-5 thinking, they tend to overinflate uh, whatever you give them. They just add so much stuff to it which is not relevant, which we need to filter out. Let's see what it has done. A tiny app that turns whatever you have into meals. User picked ingredients. The app proposes recipes that fit dietary goals and pantry constraints and can auto share. This, I did not suggest this, but let's see if it's a good feature. An admin recipe maker lets you build QA structured recipes fast and reuse cooking steps. Perfect. Primary actors and user. Sure. Admin. We can filter by calories. Like allergens is a good concept, which we can incorporate. Maintain ingredient library with nutrition and unit mappings. Import existing recipes and convert to structured form with Gen AI. Review and publish. Build new recipes from reusable step items. So we have ingredient catalog, recipe model, step items, perfect, pantry picker. Good. Simple shuffle planner. Although this is something which I was not planning, but I think we can do with this. GenAI pipeline. So this would, I don't think we need AI for this feature. We can do it with simply algorithms and maths. We get to it. Nutrition source. Hmm. This is what to work on. I will come back to it. First, let me check the structure and stuff. I did not ask it for the code or models, but anyway, let's just check it out. We have UUID, unit, a diet tag, nice, allergen tag, cuisine tag, nutrition, calories, protein, carbs, fat, fiber, sugar, sodium, ingredient would refer nutrition, makes sense, name, variance, density, etc. Variant. Anyway, this is something which was not asked, so I'm going to ignore it for now. This is more of a second or third step once you have finalized the requirement. Oh yeah, like I mentioned, we don't need AI for this. We can just use maths for this. So we have uh, it's using weights, penalties, and using K rank. Okay, using heuristics here. Anyway, this is too much. This we don't need this, we don't need this. So what I'm going to tell it to do is streamline the requirements by only focusing on the features first. Technical details come later. It is very important to know what you want and keep information very structured. Otherwise, you run the risk of having unnecessary fluff, wasting time, and just losing track of what's important. So, ideally, it should not have given me data models and stuff because I did not ask for it, but I also did not tell it not to give it to me. Let's see what happens here. This is making more sense. Perfect. I think for the MVP, we should eliminate allergen profile. I don't think it's needed, but it is also not that complicated to do. Let's remove section E, F, G, and H. Actually, H is needed. Let's get out H. Perfect. Yeah, let's remove section E, F, G. Now, there is a concept of feature tagging we use to discretely identify complete features. So let's do that. I have separate prompts already ready for this, but I'm gonna create it right now, just so we can iterate on it and improve upon it in real time. Now group the features as independent with sub features using tags such as F1, F2, F3, etc. Actually, with each sub, I would not call it sub feature, it's more of a detail. each detail of that feature, or actually let's give it the benefit of doubt. Is this not a word? Never mind. Group the features as independent features using tags such as F1, F2, F3, with each details of feature of that feature being tagged as F1.001, F1.002, etc. Now, each feature must be no. You need to analyze the requirements provided to also fill in technical details, but no code, no config, etc. Think from a app's point of view. Let's see what it does. Then we can refine it. Catalog, browse, search, add to pantry, edit and consume. What the heck is edit and consume? Units and conversions, nutrition bases, type, allergen tags, L category, persistence, and sync. This needs to be divided more, I think. What we can also do is group these features in their modules. We have one admin and one user. Actually, let's do that. I will just stop it right now. We also need to group the features themselves to modules. Each module is an independent view, such as user, admin, etc. What else did I do wrong? Catalog and pantry, persistence and sync. Makes sense. I keep messing up the spelling of independent. Let's go. Now you will notice one thing. Ah, yeah, I should be doing this in Canvas. Otherwise, it will keep giving me different results each and every time. Let's wait for it. Alright. Okay, looks like it's completed. Let me just, what? Why is it? Anyway, let's click on edit view. User app, we have ingredient catalog, pantry, recipe library, and discovery. Makes sense. Ingredients with scalar. Ah, live quantities. Nice, 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 nice. This is good. Now, let's first check out what is unnecessary here. Okay, um, browse and search makes sense. Add to pantry, edit and consume. Using a recipe and auto detect. Okay, so it is assuming that the ingredients have been purchased, and when I make a recipe, it is deducting the ingredients which I have apparently purchased. I had not thought of that, but I think it's a good addition. But we will have to, of course, keep that in mind. I think, what else? Steps, equipment. Makes sense, makes sense. Yes. Management. I think we are done. Yeah, let's download this as a, I prefer a markdown file. I will tell you why later on. I would like to save it. Let's just save it here for a moment. And just bring that to the side. Okay, so I have imported it into VS Code. But why? Because we will be building it later. I will show you exact step by step how to convert this into their individual technical feature breakdowns, which we at Hyperler call it feature analysis, and then use that to create action plans. So this is a part of docs. Then you will make plans out of it, and then use AI to make it, and then whatever we make, we will put it in logs. Uh, I will just highlighting the basic structure here. We have docs, we have plans, and we have logs. This goes into docs. Alright, that's it for today. What we have accomplished is we picked on an idea today at random, but this might be an idea which you might have. And to be honest, I think it is beneficial to me. And we identified how to utilize ChatGPT to not only expand on it on whatever your thoughts are, but to do so in a structured way which is useful in software engineering. And regarding estimates and pricing, hours, and everything, whatever you want to do, like how much effort it will take, this serves as the foundation. Then you can use each and every feature, ask ChatGPT, uh, how much time it's going to take, how much effort it's going to take, and by breaking each and everything down. But let's cover that in a different video. That's all for today. Have a good day.